Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go again. Here we go again. Now, there's reports out there saying that now the Glazers are giving Ollie another chance to put things right. Um, Glazonomics, people. Glazonomics. It's just what they do. It's just what they do. To me, it's all noise. To me, they can still get rid of this guy. Nobody knows what the hell is going on in the background. Everyone seems to be being reactionary to the news that the club has put out to maybe one source, maybe the Athletic, and the fact that they're going to stick with Ollie. They've said things about Van Gaal in the past about how they're going to back him and how his job was safe, and shortly after he was gone. So for me, this is smoke and mirrors still. I don't believe it. I can't possibly believe that after a 5-0 drubbing at home to Liverpool, that the Manchester United owners can seriously consider carrying on long term with this manager. I just can't believe it personally. Um, you see the problem with the Glazers who own Manchester United is that they focus on the wrong areas. They don't really focus on they don't really focus on the football at all. What people need to remember is that they're businessmen first and foremost. They're businessmen, they're money men, and this is what they look at constantly. That's their barometer, and that's the criteria that they create for the expectations of what the club should be achieving is based on the financial side. It's not based on um, it's not based on club honours at all. It's not based on how it's not based on their league position. It's not based on winning trophies or Champions League, FA Cup. Van Gaal was sacked after winning the FA Cup, so that tells you alone that they don't really focus on club honours at all. It's all about money, and the fact that they make it seem like that they're interested in league position, but they're not interested in the top. Really, it's the top four, and the top four, or being out of the top four, has financial implications. So that's again, it just comes back to financials and it comes back to money as to why the club's expectations, or what the Glazers set as the expectations, is top four. Is not to do with ambition and being at the top of the helm. It's about money. It's about the fact that if they don't reach the top four, then possibly sponsorship deals go, and Champions League money and TV money from the Champions League, they don't get that revenue. So that's what this is all about. And um, to me, I just can't believe that they're sticking with this, and I can't believe that for 1 second that Ali finishes the season. Um, because to be honest with you, Ali he's got the rope in his hand and he's got it around his neck and he's tied the rope around his neck, and these runner fixtures are going to be, you know, put it this way, Ollie's standing on the chair right now. Ollie's standing on the chair with the rope around his neck and it's hanging from the ceiling, and all that needs to happen is the chair to be kicked out from underneath him. And these three fixtures against Spurs, Atalanta, and Man City, that will be the force that will kick the chair from underneath him, and he'll eventually, he'll eventually choke on his own ineptitude. You know, it's getting really toxic out there at the minute. Fans are really angry. I'm looking all over social media, and the fans they're really angry and they're beside themselves. And unfortunately, that's all going to get reflected back onto Ollie, because Ollie's the shield for the owners. Ollie's at the forefront of it all. He's going to be the one that's going to take all the bullets, and it's really sad. People are even accusing Ollie of being there for the money, and me personally, I don't believe that for one second at all. I don't believe that. I believe that he truly does love the club. You don't sit on a bench, from what was it, 96 until 2009, was when he finally left the club. For 13 years, he was a substitute. He never was a starter at any point in his Manchester United career. You know, what kind of player will be happy with those circumstances unless he didn't really, 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 really love the club? I really believe that he loves the club, but the problem is that he is dangerously deluded into thinking that he is the guy to bring them back to the summit, to bring this Manchester United football team back to the summit. I think that's the issue here. Is that any self-respecting manager will realise that it's not working out, and you could look at it in another way, that if he loved the club that much and see the results that are happening and see the way the fans are reacting, he would realise that if you sometimes they say when you love something, you've got to learn to let it go. If you love something enough, then you've got to let it go. And Ollie's never going to be at that stage because he's just dangerously deluded into thinking that he's the saviour and that he's the guy that's going to bring them back to the top. But what he fails to realise, and what some sections of the fan base fail to realise, is that he doesn't have the skills. He doesn't have the skills to be able to construct a team that can challenge. Look at all the tools that we have within our arsenal, and he still cannot get the team working in a way that challenges. That challenges even the top 10 teams. He struggled against Villa. We lost against Aston Villa at home, and that tells you everything that you need to know. With the abundance of talent that we have, that shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't be struggling against teams like this at all. Not with the players that we have. I think the squad is worth nearly £1 billion, and in the first 11, I'd say probably £500 million in transfer fees. That's on the pitch, and we look mediocre, and that feeds down from the top. Really, the expectations of the owners trickle down to the management. It's all mediocre. There's no excellence in any part of what's happening at the club. There's no excellence there. The owners aren't football people, so they don't really focus on the excellence of coaching at all. So they've just employed, they've fed on they've employed based on the emotions and what will get the fans on side. That's how they've thought. Really, they've thought if we employ Ollie, then the fans won't turn on him because he's one of our own. So, and although I believe that parts of that is true, the fans have found it very hard to talk badly about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he's Manchester United faithful. So with that, it weighs heavy on fans' hearts that they have to get to this point, but it will happen. The longer these results go on, it will happen, and they will turn on him. And large sections of the fan base already have turned on him, and it's a shame that it's got to this because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is never going to be looked at in a positive light ever again. Once this is over, and it's coming to an end. He won't be able to survive this. It's quite sad to see that he's a lamb to slaughter out there, literally. All of what he's achieved at the club, all the positive things that we used to say about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the club, that's all going to be eradicated with what's happened in the last 3 years. It's all going to be gone, and all we're going to remember about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is his time as a manager at the club and how bad it was. It's the worst it's been. Literally, it's in the modern era, over the last, I'd go back as far as 50 years. This has been the worst, and I'm saying that from what I can see and what I've been seeing over the last You know, over the last 30 years as a Manchester United fan, this is by far the worst period that I've seen at the helm. And you can probably go back further. You know, it could be a longer span of time that will tell you that this is the worst period. Yeah, it's really sad. Everyone's going out of their minds. There's lots of material out there at the minute that are discussing what's currently happening and how the Glazers have gone about the decision after the 5-0 drubbing of Manchester United against Liverpool at Old Trafford. Yeah, so it's my view is that it's all smoke and mirrors. They will make the decision, but they're going to wait until the last possible moment. They're probably trying to line up a manager now. They're probably trying to get all the ducks in a row, and then make a proper announcement. But for now, they're just trying to. I think they're just trying to cool probably Ollie's heart right now, because Ollie's probably scared for his life right now, thinking that he's going to get the sack, and I think they've probably done that to appease him. But behind the scenes, I think they're working. I think they've spoken to Conte already, or they've been in contact with his representatives, and talks are happening. I think they're just trying to line up and agree something before they release the fact that they don't think Ollie's the one anymore, because I seriously believe that that's what they think. But they just have to get everything in order before they pull the trigger. Those are my thoughts. In the comments, tell me what you think the thoughts are at the minute and what the sentiment is around the club. And yeah, it'll be good to hear from you all in your comments. And thanks once again. And hopefully you tune in for the next video. Cheers. Bye.